Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to properly assemble and disassemble the clarinet. Make sure you're sitting on a secure chair and your case should start on your lap, but I always suggest to put it on the floor because it's really easy to have it slip off when you're trying to put it together and things can break that way. So I'm going to put it safely on the ground. And the first thing for clarinet is you have to pull out your reed. Your reed should be in a case so it's safe. And this is the point where I would actually have you stick it in your mouth carefully, lick it and have it get wet. The moisture is what makes it play. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm talking to you. So if you're talking, don't have the reed in your mouth. But that is normally the first step. Then you take the bottom piece of the clarinet. This is called the bell. And we're going to assemble our instrument from the bottom to the top. The next piece of our instrument is actually this long piece, and it has lots of keys on the side, lots of things you can press. It also has where you put your right hand thumb. When you put them together, make sure you don't just jam them really hard. You want to place them and slowly twist it on. You want to hold tight, but you don't want to bend any part of the instrument in a wrong way. The next piece kind of looks similar to this lower joint, the upper joint. This is probably one of the most, you have to be the most careful for this because of these keys right here. If you try to just twist it on and you're twisting and not paying attention, it is very easy to have these catch and pull and break your instrument. So for this one, I want to be very careful to line up all my front keys together and carefully twist it back and forth slowly. You don't twist it all the way around or else there might be problems. There's also a little bridge key here. It's hard to see, but that has to go under the top piece that lifts like this. So I usually have my students just press this key so the bridge key lifts up so you don't accidentally put it the wrong way. So I'm going to push it down really carefully, really gently, not too hard. And there it is. It should line up so that your keys in front all are in a line. The next piece is this little guy, the barrel. The barrel just pops on. Make sure you don't do it upside down because it won't fit and you might push too hard and something will happen. Just pops on like this. Then comes your mouthpiece. Sometimes your mouthpiece has a cover like this. Just take that off. Then you have your ligature. This can stay on for now, but it should be loose because that's where your reed is going to go. Your ligature goes on top. Of course, you're doing it gently like your other pieces. You need to make sure that the hole, the opening, is facing you when you're putting it all together, facing the back of the clarinet. Your keys should all be in front. The hole should be in back, lining up with the back of the clarinet, including where you put your thumb. So if it's like sideways like this, that's not going to work because you can't bend your head like that. If you have the hole in front with the keys, that's not going to work either. So make sure it's all lined up so that the hole comes in line with the back of your clarinet. You flip it to the front and you're almost ready. The last thing is a very delicate process and you need to make sure that you have your clarinet safely on your lap, or sometimes I even have kids do this on the ground. I'm going to do it on my lap so you can see it. You take your reed, which should be wet. This is an important and delicate part as well. You take your reed, you don't put it inside anywhere. You kind of line it up and put it on top. So let me twist it so you can see. You line it up so that it covers most of the hole. It doesn't go inside, it just lines up. And you need to make sure that this part of the reed is facing out. So the part that has the writing, you don't see that. That goes on the inside. You want to make sure that your reed ends up about there. So you can see a little bit of the top, the black top. So if it's here, that's too far. If it's down here, that's too far. It has to be somewhere in the middle. You have it ready. You put your thumb against it so that it's safe. Then you put on your ligature. This part is also delicate because you don't want to catch the reed and break it. So when you put it on, you do it very gently, make sure nothing's catching. And you tighten the ligature. Yours might look a little different, but you can tighten it up. And it should be lined up just like that. Even, ready to go. Then you play. When you're ready to take everything apart, you start the opposite of how you put it together. Meaning you start from the top and go down this time. So you loosen up the ligature. And the first thing you should make sure is that your reed is safe. So I'm going to make sure my reed is dry. I'm just going to wipe it a little bit off on my shirt. Put it away safely. So when that's set, now you can work on everything else. You take the top part off with the ligature. Put the ligature back on and put it in its spot in the case. Barrel goes to its spot. This part, make sure you take it apart carefully so you're not twisting it and crunching keys. Goes in its spot. And separate the last two pieces carefully, and they each go in their spot. Make sure they're all where they belong. Let me show you something. Sometimes you might try to put them in the wrong spot. So let me show you here. And then your case won't close and it won't be right. So you need to make sure that you line it up so that they fit in gently. They all have a special spot where they actually fit really snug and it will close easily. Make sure you latch the keys so it doesn't fly open when you try to pick it up. And there you go. See you later.